most I'm in love with after my wife is my career, I think.
Who would you say you've shared best chemistry with?
I think me and Sanaya were like a house on fire.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah. Because we were actually also, the thing is that we were both starting out at that time a little bit. Okay, Sanaya was she started before, and we were really hungry, both of us, and we were really hungry for doing really well.
I had done almost everything on television. So how do you grow? How do you evolve more? How do you learn more? It's by taking the next step, the leap of faith. But what happens for every actor is the wait, and that wait is very unpredictable. You're not working for 6 months or a year or 2 years. What do you do in that time?
I'll tell you, our business is not easy in any form of the way. Like, there's a reason why Sudip is soft nodding right now, because he knows that it's a difficult business. It's a difficult business to make it in. But I don't want to discourage anyone. And it's really satisfying and rewarding as well if you're able to achieve the things that you want to achieve.
Hello everybody, I'm Irani and welcome to Zoom Speak Easy. You give me a good thriller any day and we all will sit and watch it. And that is what the series of Kohrra is. It's gritty, it's amazing, and you have this bundle of talented actors and people who've made the show with the team Kohrra. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Meant every word. It very tricky though. I will start with you, Sudip, because I think eventually जब एक चीज को पसंद करते हैं लोग, okay, when you're going blind for the first time, you're not really worried about validation कि क्या लोगों को पता ही नहीं है क्या चीज़ है. लेकिन going after that, I think is more difficult, and that's what I hear most creators and directors say. Would you agree? Is that how you felt going in?
You are grateful for the fact that you have a built-in audience when you're doing a season 2. In that sense, it's tougher going season 1 because there are a lot more questions that you ask of yourself.
Sure.
And there are a lot more questions that are asked of you. Who are you making this for? Why will anyone watch it? It's in Punjabi. It's so rooted. I mean, it is a crime investigation drama, but it's also, there is a lot of relationships. Are people interested in that kind of like a balance walk, like a tightrope walk on that? And in that sense, you have a lot more clarity when you're making season 2. So that makes the job a little easier. There's a little more faith that everyone has, when you make second season of something that worked the first time round. There are some things which become tougher.
For example,
you don't want to repeat the same tricks. You don't want to, the first time round when you do something and it works, it's novelty, right? It worked because of that, but second time round to say, oh, that worked the first season, in the first season, let's do it all over again because it worked, so it should work. But there is something called the diminishing marginal utility, right? You have one bar of chocolate and it's great. You have the second bar and it's not that great. And the third bar is like, you almost puke-ish. Some people aren't, but I do.
Sure.
But that kind of a thing. So there is a bit of that. So some things become tougher. You have to dig deeper. You have to look for newer tricks in the bag. While still sticking to the the tone that you have created. The box has been defined for you. When you're doing first season of anything, you define the box and you're defining, and it's all par for the course. The second one, the box has now been too tightly defined, and you can stray a little here and there, but you can't now. I certainly can't make a, for example, in the second season of Kohrra, probably I couldn't have taken it out of Punjab. Or I couldn't have, all of those.
You want to keep the milieu same.
Yeah, you want to keep the milieu same. You want to keep the tonality same. You want to, in a way, give a similar sense of satisfaction to the audience that the first one did, for whatever reasons, be it in terms of thrills, be it in terms of emotions and all of that. So it is that there are some things which are easier, some things which are tougher. It still, I would say, on the whole, it kind of evens out, I would say, from the first to the second one.
I've thoroughly enjoyed the first 2 episodes that I've got to watch.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of it. So I do see that you've carried forward your honesty, I think, with which you made
Oh, thank you.
the season 1. Barun, since I've seen the first 2 episodes, I do have a few questions. First, about your character, I'm going to ask something that we sometimes just take it for granted when it comes to actors. Saying chemistry to किसी से भी बनता है, वो acting का काम है. But I feel the chemistry that you have with your wife, it goes from being passionate and involved, and that you're in so love, to also different shades of relationships very quickly when other characters are involved.
Power lies with the wife in this case.
Yeah, sure, but I think I haven't seen all, so I don't know how the dynamic
Yeah.
changes. In the beginning, of course, there is. Tell me, how do you work on your character's ever-evolving relationship with your wife, starting from passionate to questioning to, like you said, power dynamics and all of that? Because you're known to have absolutely amazing chemistries throughout your career.
So I think this one, Muskan really was the more dominant with respect to the art form to form this relationship. There's if you even have to propose someone for marriage, a man does that,
Yeah.
and the woman approves. Likewise is the case in a relationship that you're portraying. So she was very, very forthcoming. She was a great sport, and I think she was leading me, and I was following, and that's and the way it was written. We did a few stupid things that we do, that like the kids that we are.
For example?
Like, let's try this, let's try that, and those things worked out.
Okay.
Yeah, and thing is that there was she was really willing to go the distance with respect to the fact, let's just make it great, kind of a thing. And so we trying the same thing. So yeah, that really helped.
I'll have to. Otherwise, the Barun Sobti fans are going to be very disappointed. Forever your chemistry with Sanaya, Surbhi and all have been discussed till date, right? Was it very difficult for you to come out of that? Of course, I see you enjoying it and I know you give love and Sanaya equally. But was it difficult to kind of, for a long time, for you to break that prototype of that romantic hero that you were playing on television?
Yeah, I don't know what people think. I was planning my own manifesting.
Which is so interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know, but people might be thinking whatever they want to think.
Okay.
But I was मेरे दिमाग में ये चल रहा था कि यार यूएस में इतनी सही ओटीटी वेव चली है
जी.
Hopefully इंडिया में भी चल जाए, and I hope to ride it. That's all I mean I think most I'm in love with after my wife is my career, I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's the most fun thing to say. So, like I said, who would you say you've shared best chemistry with?
I think me and Sanaya were like a house on fire.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah. Because we were actually also, thing is that we were both starting out at that time a little bit. Sanaya was she started before, and we were really hungry, both of us, and we were really hungry for doing really well. So I think that.
I'll tell you why I was asking these questions about your transition thing. I was recently talking to Nakul, and Nakul obviously took your name and saying
Mehta.
Ji.
No.
Absolutely wonderful. And he was telling me as to how you've been such a pioneer and naming other people as well in making that transition so smooth, because it was very difficult for television actors. I mean, it wasn't smooth. I mean, for them, I'm sure it wasn't smooth. This is what we'd like to know. But I'm saying you made it look smooth. You made it look very quietly you were doing that. And they felt like it really opened gateways for the rest of them, because they broke that television wall. I'm sure Mona has a lot to say about that as well, right? You've been through that grill. It became easier, for a lot of them, because you all made it happen as well.
I'll tell you, our business is not easy in any form of the way. Like, there's a reason why Sudip is soft nodding right now, because he knows that it's a difficult business. It's a difficult business to make it in. But I don't want to, discourage anyone. When it's really satisfying and rewarding as well, if you're able to achieve the things that you want to achieve.
Okay, fair enough. But Mona, on that note, like he rightly said, the transition's never easy, isn't it?
Never, never.
And you again.
There was too nervous.
You're like never. So I would want to know what was the most difficult for you when you were making that transition. And then of course I definitely have a lot of more questions about your character. So
which
first
was your sort of breakaway from television to say OTT or films?
Ye Meri Family?
Ye Meri
हाँ,
Family.
Yeah.
That was my
Oh.
first show, which
No,
I
I love
shot
that
for.
show.
Yeah.
and it's such a fun show.
No, I haven't.
It's a lovely show.
It's
I'm
a
a-
lovely show.
I'm a
sir.
big fan of that show.
Yeah.
Also it was a U-turn from what you were portraying. Like
Yeah.
the character was something that you
Totally.
hadn't done at all.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was saying. I had done almost everything on television. So how do you grow? How do you evolve more? How do you learn more? You know, it's by taking the next step, the leap of faith. But what happens for every actor is the wait, you know, and that wait is very unpredictable. You're not working for 6 months or a year or 2 years. What do you do in that time? So I was waiting it out. I was waiting it out, and I was watching all the shows produced by TVF. I was watching them on YouTube, and I was like, wow, this is the new thing. You know, I loved Tripling. I loved
Permanent Roommate.
Permanent
Roommate,
Roommate.
yeah.
Yes, I love those shows, and I was like, why am I not doing this? And how do I get to do these kind of shows? You know, because these are the stories I want to be a part of. And then, of course, I got a call from TVF, ki aa jao. Let's do a reading.
That's how
And
you
then-
do it, huh? Why am I not doing this? Why am I
Why
not
am I
doing it?
not?
And
I
then it
question,
happens.
and God is like, left it.
What are you not? Why are you not doing what right now?
But manifestations have worked for you, right?
Yeah, they have. They have.
So, इसके बाद मैं भी बता रही हूँ मेरी लिस्ट है एक
अच्छा.
आपको बताने वाली हूँ मैं.
Shoot.
But you know what is very interesting, and I know Sudip, and of course you have purposefully done that. वो layering है storyline में, showing her as a cop, the no nonsense cop who's so dedicated at work, and then going back to being the dedicated wife. You know, it is almost painful to watch it. You know, because उसको जाके अपना काम तो संभालना है और घर में whatever may be the backstory of the husband, like I'm saying, it just feels that the burden is being shared by one, which is a case in most of the households, which I think was obviously very purposefully done. I want for you to tell me how you understood the character and playing both of this on you know, during the show, and also how this is so relatable for so many women who are doing this day and night.
See, for me, it's the script.
Yeah.
It's the dialogues. It's the writing. It gives you everything to play with, you know. And then, of course, the team had organized a workshop for all actors. So we were having one-on-one workshops with a coach, which I had never experienced before as an actor, because normally for OTT or films, whatever it is, you know, we do table reads, and the script is given to you to go and do your own homework. But here, it was completely the opposite, you know. So मेरे लिए it was a new learning, you know, and a lot of unlearning to understand so many multiple layers of Dhanvant, and so nuanced, you know, that she comes across very calm and composed and in control, but she's actually not. She's going through a personal turmoil, you know, a personal loss. She doesn't even have the time to grieve. So there were so many things to just address and yet not address. मेरे लिए मुश्किल था. But there were certain scenes where I just wanted to cry. My eyes were going wet, and sir would be like, "नहीं, rona nahi hai." I'm like, okay, yeah, let's hold it.
And that's very personal also when you're playing characters like this. You see so many women, you know women.
Yeah.
You know.
And I honestly feel that when you watch a character who's trying not to cry and not to explode is more powerful.
I agree.
There are no explosions in the show. You know, it's so sublime. It's so understated. The tension is always simmering. You know, it's never exploding.
Yeah. She's also exasperated, I think,
She
at some
is.
point.
She is exasperated. She's trying to control her personal life. She's trying to solve the most twisted case under pressure, and being forced to work with Garundi. You know, it's just too much, and always questioned because she is a female cop in a man's world.
Yeah.
Always questioned, ki, what's going on? You know, are you
Right up
even-
till the end, for that matter.
Yeah, are you even capable of solving this case? You know, are you capable enough? How's your home life going? How's your husband? You know, all those questions are asked, and she has to constantly prove herself, which is not easy. So yeah, I was living and breathing Dhanvant throughout the series, throughout the shooting.
But you know, you mentioned about working with him in the show. the dynamic again is the gender dynamics are so right out there for the world to see. क्योंकि उनको एक लड़की से कमांड लेना बहुत ही प्रॉब्लमेटिक लग रहा था. उनको लग रहा था कि मैं वहाँ जाके उनको क्यों उनसे इंस्ट्रक्शंस क्यों ले रहा हूँ मैं. You know, he mentions that, right? घर में ये चल रहा है बीवी से, और you know, there you see that I have to listen to like two women in my life, which he absolutely, you know, in the classic stereotypical definition of masculine man, did not like. I think that has been shown very well as well. What are your thoughts from both your sides? I'd like to know that dynamic. And
it's the script, you know, the unspoken understanding between the two of us, because we both are carrying our own, you know, heavy weights of unresolved pain.
yeah.
So there's this, it's just quiet, it's unspoken, it's deliberately ignored, but yet, you know, there is this understanding between the two of them ki bhai, there is some shit going on around us. So let's address it, let's solve it, let's do it together. So, and you will see that as the show progresses,
Sure.
how their equation, you know, changes, evolves, grows. There's empathy, trust.
Also, he starts kind of sort of feeling, I mean, once he comes to know what you're going through in your house, and also the way
He
you
also
work, I think
mellows.
there's a little bit of that, I see that respect growing, but I'm sure it'll change. Barun, आप बताओ कैसे समझे आपने इस character को? Because like I said, it was very well done. Like a man who has to come and you have to listen to it, but as a man, you don't want to do it. You know, as a cop, that's your duty. How did you sort of understand that and portray that on screen?
To be honest with you, I work for the payoff. It is one of the most beautifully developed relationships that you will see actually.
Okay.
Between Dhanwant and Garundi, because eventually, when you know how it turns out. So, of course, with respect to the writing, then we keep coming back to that. It's very, very well developed, and it was such a joy, you know, from going from point A to point B. So I don't want to ruin it any further. You will watch it and you'll find out.
Okay. I have 5 minutes.
But I have to add this about Barun. He, you can write the nastiest of parts for him, and he would make it soft. And there is that beautiful thing about him as an actor, even in season 1. In fact, season 2 is not that bad, Garundi. You know, he has mellowed and he's become. But season 1, I remember there were a lot of things, and Gunjit and I and Diggy, we would discuss, and we were like, man, this guy is relentless. You know, he's just, you know, he's hitting people around, grabbing them where he shouldn't be grabbing them, and you know, doing all sort of things, custodial violence.
Yeah.
There's something about his on-screen persona as well as him in real life. There is something really nice and soft and humane.
I agree. It's very restrained, and I think that's beautiful. It's not, the note is never up, and I think.
No, but there were also, to be honest with you, there were a lot of very, very strong opportunities to make that happen in this show, especially with the way this relationship was written, you know. And also, me and Mona, I mean, we found our way, you know, when we ended up, you know, being really fond of each other. So it makes it far more easier. Yeah.
Bilkul. Very good. You know, quickly I'll ask Faisal your question and then come to my last segment. मैं जैसे अभी आपको पता चल गया होगा, obviously I have really enjoyed what you have been trying to do. I've just, like I said, only first 2 episodes. But I see the purpose of what you all also tried to do. There are various themes that are very, like, in a very sublime way, in a very soft way, being introduced to the audience, whether it is the awareness of how the gender discrimination, whether, of course, like you said, the women in male fields, as they like to still believe that, you know, like police and cops and services like that are still more male dominated. And also, of course, with that, keeping the purity of thrillers intact, while you're also giving audiences things to think about. Tell me why all this is important for you.
I mean, there are. These are the things that we are looking at. We are trying to show. We are trying to reflect on the ways that things are working in society, in professions, in families, in relationships, and that's the whole exploration of the show. Like, I think in the first 2 episodes that you've seen, a lot of these themes are introduced, and in the subsequent 4 episodes, they I mean, there's a far deeper dive into each of them and how these, complexities play out in an interconnected manner, and each of, their struggles, they come on the surface, and we see them coping with it. So that's, I think, one of the joys of this show, to explore all these things that we have the opportunity to,
Sure.
in this one.
I'm going to my last thing. I just want to tell that, that scene where you go to interrogate and the couple, one of her friends, the deceased ka jo friend hoti hai, you go to their house to interrogate, right? And that scene is extremely triggering because, you see how the husband does not let the wife talk. And that
Charu.
it is just so real. And how there's a slow sisterhood that you see when she just looks at her from that window and they know that they will at some point come together because she wants to help her friend. I think it's so nicely done. Triggering but nicely done is what I want to say. It is, right? That's the truth. A lot of households will see that this like you said, this simmering rage within women that you often try to suppress their voices and all of that. So
I'm very happy you mentioned that scene.
I think it's a very beautiful scene.
Yeah, because when I read it on paper, the scene said the two women look at each other with Charu pleading Dhanwan to leave. And it's like, how do you just two women sitting across exchanging a look are going to communicate that?
But they did it.
And if you're feeling that, then it's really landed.
No, 100% I felt that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you all plots. You have to just tell me if you recognized which film that is.
Okay.
Just guessing through the plots. Sure. Just let me know. Whoever guesses first, just put your hand up.
Or just say.
Or put your hand up, someone and say together.
Alright.
It'll be.
Okay.
Okay. A guy throws tantrums, drinks excessively, and ruins his life because his girlfriend gets married to someone else.
Devdas.
Oh,
Everyone around him suffers, but somehow he still gets a happy ending. That's where you.
happy ending.
Is this an Indian film?
That's
or-
not.
Yes.
Indian.
I'll read it out again. I think both of you will. It's a very popular film. A guy throws tantrums, drinks excessively, ruins his life because his girlfriend gets married to someone else, is about to get married to somebody else. Everyone around him suffers, but somehow he still gets a happy ending.
or
Is it
this
an English film
Yeah,
or Hindi?
Hindi.
Diwani type.
No. Kabir. Yeah.
You got
Kabir
it.
Singh.
Kabir Singh.
Kabir.
That's it.
Yeah, Kabir Singh.
You got it. Okay,
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Even I haven't.
sure. But see, what a good
Well
guess.
done. Well done.
A super sanskari man adopts a lost child and goes on an illegal road trip across borders to return her home while somehow managing to unite two countries emotionally.
Tiger Zinda Hai.
No. It's the
Oh.
it's other Salman film.
Bajrangi
Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Ah, अच्छा,
Oh,
okay,
हाँ,
okay.
हाँ.
Sudip and Faisal, दोनों को मिलता है ये because she's Sudip. Okay. See, not bad at all. Okay. An
But
aimless.
देखी नहीं है मैंने ये.
नहीं, ये देखिए मैंने. I love this one.
मैंने
Yeah,
इसकी
I
ending
love
देखी
it.
है.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
An aimless youth gets expelled from the college for hitting on the dean's daughter.
3 Idiots.
No.
No.
She waited. That was a bait, sir.
Hitting on the.
And expelled. Come again, please.
An aimless youth gets expelled from the college for hitting. It's badly explained plot, na. So you have to say for hitting on the dean's daughter.
And then?
And then
That's
what?
it. That's exactly what they said.
Expel हो गया खत्म.
So, कहानी ये है नहीं ना एक part है. It's a badly explained plot. You have to now think
no
of
idea.
more where someone has hit on the dean's daughter and has been expelled for life.
For
मैं हूँ ना.
कुछ होता है.
No, but you're thinking on the right track. Think
मोहब्बत
of-
है.
Huh?
मोहब्बत है.
अरे I know this.
I'm like, yes, you're there. You said it. Not bad. Okay.
Sudip sir smile भी नहीं करते.
मैंने देखी नहीं है मोहब्बत.
अरे
I have no sense of it.
Okay, this one's easy. Okay. A bubbly girl whose solution to every problem is running away from home.
जब भी met.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
So he was like, let me
You're very
ये देखिए
sweet.
Huh. Okay, this is the last one. A playboy marries the hottest girl in college and then waits for the girl he friend zone to turn hot and
कुछ
then
होता
marries.
है.
कुछ होता है. हाँ.
Were you heading towards something?
I was just thinking about my office days.
Okay, fair enough. Not bad. Sudeep, you were almost there. Were you coming? Were the plot lines making sense to you?
Some of them. Some of them. The ones that I had seen.
But I must say, I think maximum both Mona and Faisal, well done.
Do we get something, a prize or something?
बहुत सारी दुआएं.
Thank you.
दुआएं,
Thank you
okay,
so much.
चाहिए.
Like दुआएं चाहिए.
चाहिए,
ना?
चाहिए.
I will look- But let's clap for all of
Yeah, yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Not bad, not bad.
Well done.
But on that note, thank you so much. It was just like a fun thing to do. But like I said, I'm very invested in the show. I want to see where it's heading. But all the very best. I hope you keep creating content like this. That is
Thank you, Rudrani.
so interesting. Thank you once
Thank
again.
you. Thank you so much.
Hope you
Rudrani.
enjoy watching the rest of it as well.